Shalom. Satania Ben Taon, transmitting live from the belly of the beast. Peace. In the name of Yeshua, Mashiach. I want to talk today about the rapture. Not that I don't believe in the rapture. I believe at some point there will be a rapture. But the question becomes, when exactly will it be? I just happened to be on Pow Talk last night, and there's people on there saying that 2011 is when the rapture will be, and that the end of the world actually will be at that time. But the problem that I have with that teaching is the fact that we have to deal with what the Messiah has said about those events, the end times. We have to deal with what the scripture actually says, and not what these false prophets are saying May 11th or whatever day they said 2011 is going to be the end of the world. Based on what? That on the day of Pentecost in 1988 was the end of the church era. Based on what? Where are you getting this from? Who told you this? What scriptures did you read to find this out? I don't know. But if you just simply look in the scriptures, you can find out clearly what it says in Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? What shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Oftentimes, when Messiah spoke to his disciples, amongst other people, he spoke in parables. Parables are sometimes meant to confuse unbelievers. This is an instance where he was speaking privately to his disciples. They asked him a question, and he gave them a direct answer. He goes into things like, say, for instance, in verse 21, For then shall be the great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, for this time no, nor ever shall be, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no wise be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Messiah, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false messiahs, false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible they shall be delivered, deceived. The very elect shall be deceived. So, if people come around saying that this is the end, I know when it will be. It's going to be on May 11th, 2011. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. He says, For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So in other words, in the end, when Yeshua's coming, everyone will know that he's coming. You won't have to have some type of false prophets coming and saying that it's going to be at this time. Just like we can look up in the morning and see the sun coming up, we'll see the Master indeed coming. He says to us at this time, going backwards, back to verse 4. And Yeshua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Messiah, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall raise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, shall be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. We see some of these things happening, but it says that these are the beginnings of sorrows. It's not yet the tribulation. And it's certainly not yet the end of the world. It's certainly not yet the coming of Messiah. And think about this Matthew 24 in connection with Revelations and the 7 seals. We have to ask ourselves, when are these 7 seals going to be loosed? At what point in time in the loosing of the 7 seals is the judgment? Well, I have an answer to that. The answer is during the 6th seal we see is the judgment. Revelation 6:12 says, And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black, and sackcloth hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. The kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and their chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens, and hid themselves in the rocks of mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth in the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. The great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? This is the wrath of Elohim. This is judgment upon mankind. This is the 6th seal. But when we go backwards and we see the beast, the 4 horsemen, pestilence, the 5th seal, we see people being martyred. Who's martyred? People who aren't believers in Yeshua? No, believers. Who is being killed for not following the ways of the wicked? Who? The wicked? They're already following the ways of the wicked. Believers. So we have to reconcile some of these things. If the rapture is going to happen, it's going to happen during the 6th seal, after some things happen in life, in the world, that everybody's seen and known about. It's not like something that's going to sneak up on you. When tribulation happens, when you have these this white horse that sat on and had a bow and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. When you have this white horse going to conquer, we're going to know about it. Who's on the white horse right now? It's 2009. So you telling me that this is going to happen when? Tomorrow? Where's this white horse fella at? So what I'm saying is that if you think that 2011, 2012 is the end of the earth, That's an interesting concept. But what we got to do is first look in Matthew 24 and find out what exactly that's saying about the end times. We got to look in Revelation chapter 6 and 7. Mostly 6, 5 and 6. And find out what that's saying about the end times and put these things together. I got more to say about this, but you know, these YouTube deals, you gotta have these 10-minute increments. So I'm gonna get back at you. But until next time, this is Adoniyahu Ben Taun, coming live and direct from the belly of the beast, spreading truth like a good disease. And I'm out. Shalom.